1, 2, 3, action. Hey guys, it's Millie with Millie's Vines. Today we are in essentially pajamas. We are going to be doing just plant chores, plant care, plant styling. Hopefully it's not too long. It's going to be unscripted, as are all of my videos, and it's just going to be a planty day. A planty off day. So I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for coming back for another video. I sincerely appreciate it. Each video I upload now, it's just so much fun to see the comments, see the engagement, and just have like a plant community to kind of nerd out with. I really sincerely appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you so much for being here. Today's video is going to be, I would say we're gonna do some repots. There's 2 repots I can think of. There's gonna be some plant styling. I got a new plant, so I want to place that, find a good home for it. And then I also have my Monstera, which is, I mean, it's been too close to the window. I have been needing to move it and I just haven't, but I think today's the day. So we're gonna do some kind of switching around so I can pull that back and move some other plants in. And then the repots that we're gonna be doing are just because I've got some plants that are way too big for the pots that they're in. I think that's it. We're gonna start by making some matcha. We'll probably get into like the plant styling first, and then we'll end with the repots. If the repots are not in this video, that means that I talked too much and the video was already too long, so that will be a part 2, but I'm hoping I don't do too much, but we will see. So thank you guys so much for being here again. Like, comment, subscribe if you have not already, and let's get into today's video. Okay, so we got my matcha in this cute little cup. I love her. I keep my matcha refrigerated. Not that anyone asked, but I am still a big matcha person. We're also going to be trying out this milk. I normally do the pistachio milk from Elmhurst, but we're going to be trying the walnut maple one. I feel like that sounds very promising. It's funny because sometimes I overthink. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna film? I need to think of like an idea. And today I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna think of an idea. I'm just gonna film what I'm doing on my off day, because most of those off days right now consist of either editing or catching up on plant care, because when you're a working lad, sometimes you just fall behind. So yeah, we're gonna see if this is something that you guys enjoy. But I figure it's kind of motivating when I watch others do their plant care. I'm like, you know what? Let me actually get out of bed and do something right now. So today's the day. So we are going to be doing some repots today, like I mentioned. I will preface this by saying, if you live in a place where you actually have like a true winter, maybe hold off on repotting just a little bit. Wait more so until you're in like the spring months. But I live in Arizona, as you may have heard, so we really don't have a winter, and that's why I'm just going to be sending it today, because my plants are just, my jungle boogie in particular is drying out like every 3 days, and that is not a good sign. She needs some serious help. So that is my PSA there. Also, I did want to mention, in my Hoya video, I really emphasized the fact that I let my Hoyas dry out completely, and there were a couple comments saying that like, what is it called? Dry roots, essentially. Like that's a telltale way to kill off the root system. So I did want to clarify, don't necessarily let it dry out completely like I did my Hoya Cronii. That one was definitely a little bit too much. So I wanted to come back and kind of edit that comment. You definitely just don't want to overwater them. They can definitely be somewhat drought tolerant, but as some of those comments mentioned, their root system is really fine. If you let it dry out too much, it definitely will inhibit growth and you could potentially kill off the root system. So let it dry out, but I was a little bit too intense about my verbiage there. So I did want to clarify that. Thank you guys so much for bringing that to my attention and clarifying that for others. So wanted to throw that in there. Are you guys ready for this? Okay, get ready. This part is the best. Look at that. We are starting off with my new plant, which it's not necessarily new. I've had plenty of micans in my life. However, I only have a small little micans right now, and I have been wanting a new hanging plant. Usually in my room, I have at least 3 really long hanging plants, and this guy was $35, and she is gorgeous. She was actually at the nursery the last time I went, and I saw her again this time, and I was like, you know what? I think this is my sign. So philodendron micans, she is gorgeous. I'm hoping that you can kind of see the red backs on here. They're so velvety. This plant is wonderful. This is, I would kind of compare this philodendron to like the synapsis varieties where you really don't want to let them dry out too much. So that is something that I have done in the past with micans, is I just let them go bone dry and then I lose all of the leaves up top, and she is a bald, beautiful gal. So I'm going to try not to do that. A lot of the times with my hanging plants, I tend to try to bottom water them because I find that bottom watering just lets the roots kind of grow a little bit farther down. It forces them to grow down to the water, which is a good thing. And I also feel like they stay hydrated for a little bit longer. So I do a mix of both, but especially with my more thirsty plants, I try to alternate like every other time and do a nice bottom water. So we are going to find a home for her. I kind of have an idea, but we are going to see what it looks like and see how we feel about it together. All right, we are in my bedroom. It's gonna be a little bit backlit, but I just wanna show you what we're working with. So this window right here, I need something, but it gets pretty strong light. So I think what I wanna do is, I've got my Hoya right there on the closest corner to the like painting areas. That is my Hoya Crimson Princess. It does really well in that spot. It is the only plant that can take that spot because it gets west exposure, so it's really, really intense. I used to have 3 big hanging plants, but the plant to the farthest or the closest to like the center of the wall didn't get enough light, and then I don't know, it's just a tricky area because it either gets way too much light and plants scorch if they're not a Hoya, or it doesn't get enough light if it's like right behind the blinds. So what I'm gonna do today, since the philodendron micans is a darker leafed plant, it usually does not need too much sun. This one actually scorches pretty easy, I have found. So I think it's gonna do really well to the left of the Hoya. And then I have my philodendron Brazil hanging right there. It's really long. I think I'm gonna move that back over here. That's where it was originally, but I just like wanted to clear up the window since I only had 2 plants left, but now we have 3. So I'm gonna get the ladder out. We are going to switch some things around and see how we feel. I also have been thinking about moving the Hoyas on the bottom somewhere and just having like really long plants trailing. I can't tell if I think the Hoyas are too much. I'm honestly not totally sure. So if you guys have any opinion there, let me know. I might move them into the living room. I'm really not sure, to be honest, but that's just a thought that I kind of have in the middle of the night when I'm supposed to be thinking. We're gonna give this guy a good soak down before he goes back up. Okay, this is what we're working with so far. One thing I love about micans in this space is they are backlit because a lot of sun comes through that window, and I'm kind of obsessed with this. I think it looks amazing. I've also thought about stacking the Hoyas to where it's like, I don't know, like I have 3 in a row, if that makes sense. I think that would be kind of cool because then all of my Hoyas would kind of be in one area, but I don't realistically know how I would stack that unless I got like some, I don't know, 3-tiered hanger. But for now, we're gonna move my Brazil back to this window and it will be nice and jungly in here, and I miss that feeling so much. I almost forgot that we needed to hang up my philodendron Brazil. She was just chilling in the bathroom. So I've got an extra macrame hanger from World Market. You see what I mean? How they're like lined on the inside. So if you want to just like water them and then let them like casually get some bottom watering as well, it's a good technique. You just need to make sure you don't pour too much water in. But I have, you're not going to be able to see it, and I do apologize for that, but I have one of those like L-shape rods mounted into this wall. I'm quite literally going to just pop this on here and hope for the best. I probably should adhere it a little bit more, but I'm not going to because ain't nobody got time for that. And then I fear that this may not hang low enough. And if that's the case, then I will come back to that another day. Actually, I think it might be perfect. I am so happy to have a plant hanging here again. I have been missing it. So the biggest thing I wanted to make sure of is that the top of this is still getting direct light, which it will be, so yay. Yay for me and yay for this plant. we're gonna step back and look, and I think she looks great. Here is what we're working with. So I am back to 3 big hanging plants. I think this looks gorgeous. I'm gonna keep an eye on the micans. Make sure it's getting enough light here, not too much. Oh, I just love the way the light is hitting that. That plant has been missed in my collection. It is just so gorgeous. And then over here we have my philodendron Brazil hanging. I need to like re-drape her because she's a little bit tangly, but also if she's not like wrapped around herself, she hangs like literally down to the Hoya table, and we can't be doing that. So I'll take a little bit more time to do that later on, but let me know what you think. I think it looks so cute. If you guys feel like I should move these somewhere else, or maybe just even move them down a little bit, I think that that would make this area look a little bit cleaner, or tell me if I'm just being way too nitpicky and I just need to chill out. But I think I really like this. It looks amazing and it's so much more jungly, and yeah, I'm a happy girl. Hi. It's editing me. So if it seems like this next part is like lacking a smooth transition, it's because it is. So I did the repot like in between, and I realized that if I kept that in this video, it would be like 45 minutes long, and I don't want to do that to you guys. So I took it out. I'm gonna upload it for next week's video. So it seems like it wasn't like flowing super great at this next part, but we are gonna be moving into my living room and restyling and moving my Monstera, and then next week we will have the rest of the repotting. So sorry, bye. We are going to be rearranging this corner here. While I'm here, I might as well show you. This is what we're dealing with my Monstera. She is burning. There's probably something else going on here though. Actually, now that I look at this, oh, this makes me so sad. Please comment below what you think might be happening. I can do some research on this, but yeah, it's just not looking good. I think there's definitely something wrong here. I know, like you can see right now, it's literally burning everywhere here. So I know that's not helping. This is the newest leaf right here. Please comment below what I should do. I was thinking that I would kind of scooch her over away from the window because this is a south exposure. I think it's a little bit too much, but please, please, please help me in my Monstera. If there's anything I can do outside of that, let me know. She's got a really good soil mix. Yeah, I'm not sure because even this like little baby leaf is yellowing at the edges. So would love some tips. This is one of my oldest plants, and it's just not looking amazing. Like that actually makes me really sad, but it's okay. One thing that makes me very happy is this. This is my Aescananthus Thai pink, and I believe we might have some blooms here. I hope that they're viable. That plant is gorgeous. I can do a video on this plant as well. A little bit tricky when I first got it, but I'm hoping and praying that she blooms. That will be so exciting. I also have a new leaf coming on my Ochaka Red, which is very exciting. Tortum is still doing nothing. My Amedrium Silver not doing much either, but that's okay. My Dayun is shining bright like a diamond. She's gorgeous. And this is my other micans, by the way. Really tiny. It ain't much, but it's honest work. I'm just showing you guys a couple other updates. I watered this guy after the video that I made on 10 unique houseplants. It is thriving. It is looking so much better. It has actually shot off growth since that video and since that watering that I gave it. And then I think I've got a new leaf on my philodendron. What is this guy? Why am I blanking? Snowdrift? Yeah, philodendron Snowdrift. She is gorgeous. I love her as well. And I think that's it. Peperomia Hope, growing like a champ. Love this plant. And at this point now I'm just getting carried away with updates that no one asked for. Okay, I apologize. I got a little bit ahead of myself and I started rearranging, and I was like, oh shoot, I'm supposed to film this. So just for a quick recap, I had my Sansevieria, which is giant. I had her here. I had my Monstera here, but she's like directly in the path of the sunlight, and that I don't think is helping her case. So I'm thinking I'm gonna move this because my biggest thing is like I want something that's tall here, and then I want it to like waterfall down. I feel like that's the way that it's most balanced, and that's kind of how my shelf over here is. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to move this guy here. maybe my Monstera here, because I really have to get it pulled away from the sun, and then I'll kind of rearrange everything else from there. So it might not be my ideal look, but my Monstera is kind of crying and she is giving me signs that she's not happy. So I have to be a good mother and figure something out, even if it doesn't necessarily fit the way I want it to look. So I'm thinking my Monstera maybe could sit here, but lower. Do we hate that? Do we hate that? Ugh. I think I'm just kind of I'm emotionally tied to all of my plants. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna move my Xanadu so you guys can see a little bit more, but my Monstera and I got her in October of 2019. Let's try that again. And she was my birthday present to myself, and we've been through so much. I can't even get into it. Proceeds to get into it. Oh my gosh, but I had her, I was gonna get her a repot. I had her in the car, 2 of her leaves burnt to a crisp. She bounced back. She was a 3-leaf wonder, and she takes forever to grow new leaves, and I love her for that, and I appreciate her because they're the prettiest new leaves ever. But I don't know, I just want her to be happy, and she means a lot to me. So I don't hate how this looks. It's pulled back a decent amount. I might scoot it over a little bit more. I gotta make sure it's not in the way of watching TV. That's pretty good, right? I feel like that's pretty good. And I do have a Soltech light up here, so I'm not worried about her not getting enough light. She will be fine. Okay, but you see what I'm saying? Like tall to shorter. I just feel like I'm a mess right now, you guys. I really do. But hopefully you enjoy the realistic vibes. One second, I need my Jungle Boogie. I don't think this is gonna work in this corner. We're gonna try it anyway. I think it's gonna be a little bit too much. Oh wait, it actually, is it too much? I don't hate that. What I'm wondering is if I switch out, this table's a little bit shorter, if I switch these two and raise the Monstera up a little bit. So we're gonna do that. Monstera goes here, Jungle Boogie here. What do we think? I don't like that as much. Okay, so we are switching it back to how we had it. This is why I don't do plant styling and like rearranging when other people are around, because I am totally aware of how crazy it looks. Like if any of my neighbors watch me through the windows, they're probably like, this girl has control issues and she needs to find something better to do with her time. But here I am sharing it on the internet. You know, since oh my gosh, this has a new leaf. Cute. These both are gonna have new leaves. So that's the thing about my Monstera, like it's growing, but clearly this is not good. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I'm out here like sharing on the internet how crazy I look when I rearrange my plants. But this is a safe place with my fellow plant friends, so I feel like that's fine, you know? But the average person who isn't into plants would never show them this because it's just too much for them to handle. Okay, so I like this. This is better. I'm trying to push this back as much as I can and get it away from this window. I have a feeling I'm probably gonna lose this leaf, but these in the past like 72 hours look a whole lot worse. And I'm gonna try to just like not worry about that right now because there's not much that I can do. Now I need to place this guy somehow over here, which I'm gonna need a plant stand for. My Xanadu, maybe I can put my Xanadu right on this cute little bench. Nope, I don't like that. What do we think about this? I don't hate that. I may leave it like that. I may leave it like that for right now. let me show you guys. Here's an overview of what we're working with. So you guys have seen this shelf if you have seen my styling, houseplant styling secrets, I think. So this table is a work in progress. I'm gonna do a video on plant styling that as well. I think this looks pretty decent. I think I just liked the Hoya mixed in because it kind of took away from the deep green that's going on here. But to be honest, I don't think it's too bad. And the biggest thing is I needed to get my Monstera away from the window. So let me know what you guys think. I probably will switch it around a little bit, but I think it looks nice and balanced. And I don't know, we'll leave it like this. We'll see how I feel. Please help me at my Monstera. It's like she's so happy in a way, but then this is just not great. So hate to end it on that note, but let me know what you guys think. I will need to find a spot for my Hoya. I think that shouldn't be too bad, to be honest. Maybe I'll get a little bit of something. I really don't know. Maybe I can put it over here. I don't know, but we'll do a part 2 of restyling this because I'm not in love with this setup and I'm not in love with the plants where they are, but I think that's it. My camera's about to die, so I gotta be quick, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I am like 80% okay with how this corner looks, so let me know, give me some feedback. I need to find a place for that Hoya, which I'll probably do after this, but my camera is literally like 2 seconds away from dying. So thank you guys so much. I hope this wasn't too hectic of a video, but I figured I might as well just share my plant chores and kind of a day in the life of a plant parent. Thank you guys so much for being here. I have a couple videos in the works. So I've got a cactus nursery. It's like the best one I've ever found in Tucson. That will be uploaded here in about 2 weeks maybe. I've got a plant styling video in mind for my glass table because I'm just not feeling that layout at all. And then I think someone asked for a euphorbia like how-to video. I will do that next, probably like a outdoor cacti care guide. So a couple videos in the works. If that is of interest to you guys, definitely subscribe and turn on the little notifications so you don't miss my videos. But thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.